Good morrow, my lovely little ghosts, and welcome to the Dark Orchard. I'm Laura, and this is a concert review. As I said in my intro, this is a concert review. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about the Waterparks VIP experience and what to expect. I saw Waterparks on November 19th at the Underground in Charlotte, North Carolina. And this video is going to be me talking about my experience and what I personally went through. Every VIP experience is always subjective to how you're feeling and how you go about doing it. So my experience is not necessarily the experience that you will have. So just a small disclaimer there. My experience will not 100% equal your experience, but this is going to be what to sort of expect from a Waterparks VIP experience. Before I get into the whole VIP experience, I want to talk a little bit about the coat that I made for the Waterparks VIP. Alright, so this was my original sketch. It was going to be sort of like a Letterman jacket, but for fandom. The jacket itself is fandom themed, so it's themed specifically for this one album. So I used 3 different color fabrics for this jacket. The 3 colors I used were a dark green, a lime green, and an orange fabric. So this is what the coat looks like from the front. So we have a dark green panel on the front, the sleeves are lime green, and then the back lining is orange. It's a little crease because I've had it folded. I also have the Waterparks patch on here that actually came with the album. My zipper is a long plastic coat jacket zipper. It detaches at the bottom so you can fully unzip it, which was very, very convenient. It has a hood. It has an oversized hood that is orange on the inside, lime green on the outside. I inserted a pocket into the front panel and then put a really cute little orange right here, just as decoration, kind of like a button, but not really. Fun fact about this jacket is that with a little tweaking and some seam ripping and resewing, I can easily put some headphones into this and have the headphones running up the back of the jacket and out through the hood so that you could be wearing headphones and no one would know. You can just put your cell phone in the pocket, plug it in, and that'll be the end of it. I actually already have, let's see if I can get to it. I have a buttonhole inside the pocket. See that buttonhole there? That is to run your headphone jack through. So if I wanted to, I could deconstruct this a little bit and make it into a headphone hoodie. So let's talk about the back. Like I said, the sleeves are lime green, and then the back is a forest green. The back panel is a darker green, and I have stitched a fandom patch onto the back. This is actually an iron-on. This is actually the stuff that you use for jerseys, like iron-on jerseys. So I just ironed it on a piece of scrap fabric from the sleeves, and then I stitched it on with some orange thread to kind of tie it all in. And then I did a lot of detailing. The sleeve cuffs are also orange, and then I did a lime green top stitch on top of the orange, and then the entire coat, aside from the top stitching on top of the orange, the entire coat is also top stitched with a bright orange thread. So you get the lime green top stitch on top of the orange, and then on top of all the other greens you get a neon orange top stitch. It looks really fun and I really like it. I'm honestly really super proud of that coat. It's nowhere near my black veil coat, I know, but because it was fandom themed and I was just so inspired and I stuck so close to my original sketch, I'm actually really proud of it. I'm even more proud of it because Austin made such a big deal out of it. But we'll get there. We'll get to that point. Let's start off with the rest of the VIP experience first. So I park in the parking lot, which is like right around the corner from the venue, and I walk myself to the venue. There's already a long line, so I slide myself into the line. No one talked to me. No one talked to me the whole time I was standing in that line. I actually did know someone that was going to be there. A fellow One Piece cosplayer was actually going to be at the concert too, and I knew that, and I actually saw him in front of me a ways in the line, but the line was just so hostile, like no one really spoke to me, so I didn't feel like butting into the line to talk to him. So I just waited, and I messaged him and I was like, have they let the VIP in yet? He was like, no, not yet. So I just kind of chilled in line and played with my phone until they started coming through checking in the VIPs. When they checked in the VIPs, you got a VIP lanyard that on one side says VIP, on the other side says 7 p.m. So I love getting lanyards from VIP experiences, especially ones that say VIP, because it just makes you feel a little special. And where I'm a cosplayer, I like collecting lanyards anyway, so it just kind of adds to it. I really do absolutely adore this lanyard because of the oranges. Like, I run off of Sunny D, so oranges make me happy, and it's got oranges. The location that the concert was held was actually the same location that I went to the Falling in Reverse VIP. If you recall, if you watched that video, we did the Falling in Reverse VIP in a separate venue than we did the actual concert, and this was the VIP venue, but Waterparks actually played that stage. One weird thing that we noticed when we were being checked in for VIP was that stuffed animals weren't allowed. So you weren't allowed to like bring in a stuffed animal as a gift, which I found really strange. But I guess maybe it's because you can hide stuff in stuffed animals and you won't be able to tell right away. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Again, if you recall the Falling in Reverse VIP video, you know that the lighting is atrocious in the underground. It's a venue, it's a bar, it's dark. There were no open doors or anything, so it was just complete darkness. Like when you first got inside, it was really hard to see because it was really bright. But unlike the Falling in Reverse VIP, they had a professional photographer. They had good lighting with the photographer, and your picture turned out good. Like, it was guaranteed to have a good picture, basically, because the lighting was good. They had a backdrop. It was wonderful. It wasn't just, give me your cell phone and I'll take your picture. It was very nicely set up. It's kind of like the Palais Royale photo op, the way that it was set up with their own backdrop and a professional photographer. There were 115 people in this VIP, which meant we had to wait a solid hour for everyone to get through. A little over an hour, actually. But I think it was totally worth it. It was worth the wait. When Waterparks actually came into the venue, they walked across the floor, they waved at everyone. Like, they were very friendly when they walked into the room, and the whole room just lit up with fangirl screams. Like, it was the loudest screams I've ever heard. This fan base was very different than some of the others that I've been around. It was sort of like, it was the most akin to an Andy Black fan base, I would say. And very young. There were a lot of parents and a lot of entitled parents, but we won't really get into that. When Waterparks walked in, the dad in front of me was like, "Oh my god, they're babies, they look so young," and that made me giggle. That made me giggle real hard. So because they did have a backdrop, the boys were hidden. You couldn't see each individual person getting their picture taken. It was more a private moment with the band, which was nice, but also people were really anxious to see how everything was going to work. So it was a surprise for every single person that walked up there with how everything worked, because we couldn't see it. One thing that made me kind of sad to see was that they said, if you have a gift, put it on the table before you get to the boys. Which means they can't put a face to that gift. And there were a lot of people with gifts. So just keep that in mind. If you plan on taking a gift, you're most likely not going to have the opportunity to hand your gift to one of the boys. So unless you put like your social media handles, most likely they're not going to know who gave them the gift. So 100% make sure that if you do intend on giving a gift at the VIP, you have your name on it. And you make sure that they know who it's from. Because that was one thing that really threw me off. I was like, what? You can't even just like hand them the bag? There was one girl in line in front of me. She was sort of near the cosplayer that I was talking about, and I will link his Instagram down below because he has really awesome cosplays. The girl that was kind of behind him, she had really cool pants. She had a shirt on that said I didn't know what shirt to wear and I didn't want to wear a random band tee, so I just made this with an old transfer. Then her pants were like painted really nice, and she had like unique quotes from the different song lyrics. She'd painted the pockets and painted the sides of the jeans. It really reminded me of like me in high school when I used to paint jeans all the time, but that's a story for another day. On the very back, at like the lower back part of her jeans, it said Waterparks is cool, I guess. Included with the VIP, you actually got a signed poster, and the poster was really pretty. It looked a lot like the laminate and the backdrop. I'll show it to you in a second. But you could pick the poster up after the show. So if you didn't have a drawstring bag to put it in, you could always just pick it up after the show. It wouldn't be bent, it wouldn't be crushed by the crowd, it would be pristine and perfect. And that's actually what I did. I didn't pick up my poster until after the concert because I know if I'm getting a poster, I put it in my bag and then it gets crumpled and crushed and it never looks the same. So the poster looks like this, upside down. How super cute is that? It's really sturdy too. Listen to this. Like, that's really nice. Really sturdy paper. But I really loved this picture. I think it's really cute. It's adorable in every way. And it's signed. And I'm absolutely obsessed with Otto's Coca-Cola shirt. I have a crop top almost exactly like it, and I love it. So the poster was a really cool bonus, and you also could pick it up after the show and not have to deal with it. You just showed your laminate and were like, I was VIP, here to pick up my poster. No problems. When you got up there to actually meet Waterparks, you were told no signing, but the woman in front of me actually got her book signed anyway. She got Austin's book signed, and they had to reiterate, remember, no signing. But I think it's really awesome that Austin still signed and didn't disappoint her because she was getting it signed for her daughter anyway. But follow rules, please. Please try to follow rules. You got a signature with the poster, so just a little PSA, if they say no signing, don't push it, because then we'll never get anything signed. So I know you wanted something unique, I know you wanted the book signed because he's the author, but it's pushing it. It's breaking the rules and it's pushing it. The fact that they reiterated no signing tells you that it pushed a button. The most amazing part of this entire VIP experience was that they all gave hugs. What? What? Musicians? Musicians and singers giving hugs? Yeah. Yeah, Waterparks actually gave hugs. Real hugs. Like, two-handed, embraced you for a few seconds kind of hugs. I was shocked. I was beyond shocked. They hugged everyone. They didn't care. They just went for it, and it was awesome. It was so awesome. Just like those 2-3 seconds worth of them caring about that little embrace was so cool. I've never had that before. Ronnie from Falling in Reverse, he hugs if you ask for a hug, but these guys were just like, come here. They acted like we were old friends, and in that little bit of time they were excited to see us and wanted to hug us. So that was something I'd never experienced before. I'd never experienced a band being eager to hug, because usually, especially singers, don't want to hug because they're too afraid of germs. They're too afraid of getting sick. So it was really awesome in a VIP experience. Like, it was really, really awesome. I keep saying awesome. It was really, really nice. It was really nice. When it was my turn to meet them, I stepped up, and the first thing Austin said was, I love your coat. And as he was hugging me, I said, thanks, I made it. And he was like, what? He just he screamed it. And it was just the most one of the best reactions I've ever gotten when I say those words. Once I said that I'd made it, he turned me around, he looked at the details, he pointed out stitching, he pointed out the patch, he pointed out the fandom on the back. It was just mind-blowing. The other guys were just as attentive to the jacket. They were looking at it, they were making noises about it like oohs and ahs, and it felt worth it. In that moment, all that sewing, all that hard work, all that planning, it was worth it. It was worth it more than anything in this world. So they actually spent a decent amount of time with me looking at the coat, and then I turned around and I got my picture taken. And the second that it happened, I started tweeting about it, how amazing it was, how validated I felt. I felt absolutely validated. I felt like all of my hard work actually paid off and someone finally noticed. And I cannot fully express how awesome that made me feel. So I tweeted about it and I said, Austin, if you ever want me to make you a coat, I'll make you a coat. I desperately want to make him a fluffy orange coat. Like, short or long, I don't care. I just want to make him a fluffy orange coat so bad. So, like, hashtag Laura coat for Austin. I really want to make it. I can make you proud again, Austin. I can make you react like that again. I promise you. Just give me the chance. I'll put pockets in it. Once it was your turn at the photo shoot, you got your picture done, and then you could either go to the stage for the Q&A, or you could go over to the merch booth and buy merch. I popped over, grabbed my Waterparks tour shirt. It's got the tour dates on the back. I love tour date shirts. Like, if they're available, that's what I want. And then popped over to the stage. That's where I met up with the cosplayer for sure. And we started chatting, you know, chit-chatting until the boys were finished with their photo ops. Then they walked up onto the stage and did a Q&A. The cosplayer actually talked about One OK Rock, which is a K-pop band, and how Waterparks headlined for them, and that's how he got into Waterparks, and asked a little question there. The Waterparks Q&A was absolutely amazing. It was very interactive. Austin tried his best to attend to each question as best as he could. He tried to pick people. If he pointed at one person and the person beside them thought that he was pointing at them, he would take both questions. Like, he tried to pack as much into it as possible. However, they did still get questions like, can you post something on my Twitter, or can you take a selfie on my phone, and stuff like that that really takes up a lot of time, whereas you could be asking questions. But that social media interaction is also super important, so I understand why he would actually respond to those questions, make the fans happy. The Q&A was very intimate, very social. Like, they did a really good job with it. It didn't feel rushed at all. It felt very like Waterparks oriented, very funny, full of jokes. Austin was hilarious the whole time. Once the Q&A was over, we had to wait another hour before the doors opened, which was funny. There were a lot of people walking around with either hair color like Austin's or wearing the Austin wigs, and this one girl kept saying, I thought that was Austin, and of course it's somebody wearing the wig there. While we were waiting, I actually moved my space, and we actually ended up on the left side of the stage, which is usually where I stand anyway, so that worked out. While we were waiting, I actually moved my space, and we actually ended up on the left side of the stage, which is usually where I stand anyway, so that worked out. I was very super close to the barricade. There was only one guy in front of me, and it was a father and his daughter. This guy, I'll talk about him a little bit later, but if you've ever seen Goof Troop or a Goofy movie, think Pete and his daughter. Just, that's the best imagery I can give you. I learned that teenagers don't know concert etiquette. We were at the barricade, and these 4 little teenagers kept saying, we're gonna start a mosh pit. No, baby, no. You don't start a mosh pit on the barricade. That's dangerous. you start a mosh pit center stage, sort of in the middle, so if someone doesn't want to be a part of it, they don't have to be. You don't do it at the barricade because the barricade is dangerous. I got a concussion on a barricade. It's a big metal bar, and you don't want to be pushing people around with a big metal bar there. And there's also a metal grate underneath the barricade that the barricade stands on. So if someone were to fall, that would hurt. I heard a lot of random things. A lot of random things happened with all the VIPs. They actually started sitting around on the floor. I heard a random person say, "Okay, but Andy Bierzak," and I was all ears, but that was all I heard of that conversation. There was one person who opened up Austin's book and started reading random sentences from the book, and then they would clap and praise it. Like, it was hilarious. And then at one point they started singing Kumbaya. It was just really funny how they spent that hour. When they finally opened the doors, I had been messaging one of my coworkers from this past summer. Her name is Zoe, and we met up. She actually stood behind me the whole concert. When the doors opened, she had the fast pass to get in. She didn't have VIP, but she had fast pass to jump the line. Very next in line after VIPs. And she ended up meeting me at the barricade. So she was right behind me the whole time, and it was really fun catching up with her because I hadn't seen her in a few months. Lots of things have changed, but it was really awesome. While waiting on the concert to begin, they started playing like nostalgic 90s punk songs, including All the Small Things, and the entire audience started singing along with All the Small Things. We had one opening act for this show, and that was the amazing, great, fantastic Dwayne Jackson. I'm gonna put his @ right underneath here and the links to his social media down below because oh my goodness, what a show. Absolutely mesmerizing. He was a tall guy with body glitter all over. He had a Beyonce crop top on, and his glitter matched the Beyonce top, like it was that same shimmery pink that was in her dress. It was just fantastic. He looked fantastic. His hair kind of was like, it reminded me of Rufio because it had some red in it. Absolutely fantastic. He looked beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And his sound was really great. I don't think Waterparks could have picked a better opener if they tried harder. Like, the best opener for Waterparks. He was actually shocked to find out that some people in the audience did know his new song. And I think I have footage of that. If I do, I'll pop it in right here.
We just put out this song called Top Gun. Y'all acting like y'all know that shit. Y'all ready to rage? Let's fucking go then. I said, oh, yeah, sing it. Oh shit, y'all kind of do know that, right? Fuck yeah.
And of course, I have to pop in some footage of his movements because I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away by his sound, his movement, his look, the whole band. Like, everything was cohesive and beautiful, and you need to check him out. So I'm going to link it all below, like I said, and you need to check it out like now, like right after the video now, not like immediately now, but right after the video, go down to those links, follow those links, and go check him out. After the opening act, they started playing more classic 90s punk, including Simple Plan and Good Charlotte, who I saw in 2014 when I was just a wee little thing, and they were playing together in Charlotte. They made a joke of it. Good Charlotte. Charlotte. You get it. It's not important. Anyway, I'm old. But then they started playing My Chemical Romance. And as the crowd started singing I'm Not Okay, it just broke. The whole crowd broke. Everyone was singing. And it was just It was fantastic. This water park show had the best lighting ever. If you were a person that likes to take pictures at concerts, go to a water parks show, because I've never seen stage lighting so perfect. Like, absolutely perfect. I'll show examples. I'll pop examples in right here of just how beautiful it all looked. Perfect. Perfect lighting. You could see the whole stage. You could see everyone on the stage. It was clear. You could see them so clearly, so crisp. You didn't miss a moment. There wasn't anything blocking you at any time. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. The lighting made me so happy. They also had awesome projections behind them the whole time through every song that always matched the song. No matter what the song was, the projection matched it. They had orange mannequins along the back, which were really cool. They were very aesthetic. During one of the songs, a few of the VIP members had stars that they put over their cell phone lights. They were waving the stars around, and I'm not sure if they actually saw it or not, but it looked really pretty from my point of view. Austin introduced that it was Zach's birthday, and of course, because of Andy and it always being Sage Erlani's birthday, even though it wasn't Sage Erlani's birthday, I'm kind of iffy about believing if it was actually Zach's birthday or not, but it was cool either way, and I'm pretty sure I've got footage of that whole interaction, so I'll pop that in here.
Real quick, hey Zach, will you come out here for a second? Zach, come here. Zach, come here. Zach, shut up. Zach, come here. Zach, come here. Everybody, this is Zach. He's doing drum tech stuff for Otto to make sure Otto can sound good every night. The reason he's up here right now, right here, is because tonight is his birthday. He's turning 19 years old, so you think we can wish him a happy birthday or what? All right, let's do it then. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. His name is Zach. Happy birthday, dear Zach. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Oh, hang on. I also don't think that was loud enough. So we're gonna do that one more time and a little bit higher too. So that was like, happy birthday. Now we're gonna go like, happy birthday, like that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Harmonize. Happy birthday, dear Zach. Woo! Happy birthday to you. That was better. Good job. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for age and time.
If not, just believe me, it was really funny and cool. Austin started his own private jam session. Austin just sat down with his guitar and started singing by himself. One thing, I hate to even say it. I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it because it's a topic on the internet, and Austin's very big on the internet anyway, so I'm sure he's heard this at some point. I might not be wrong with this. He said something like, I just wrote this last night, I hope you like it. And then he started playing the national anthem. Was that James Charles shade? Or was that just a coincidence? I don't know. I'm not gonna dive into that, but it, to me, just felt a little shady. Either way, the audience was loving it, and they sang the national anthem.
I'm gonna play you a song I wrote yesterday. You ready? And if I mess up, don't put it on YouTube. That probably sounds horrible over the speakers, huh? It's like anti-ASMR. You're killing me! Yeah. Alright, anyway. Hang on, do that again. But do the high note too, do the octave. Here we go. Cool. Hold this note, hold this note. 4, 3, 2, 1, hey!
There was also a very short video intermission. We got to see an entertainment intermission video, and that was really awesome. It was just like brief interviews and Austin talking about it and stuff. That was a real treat. During that little session, when Austin came back on stage, this teen in front of me said that she felt lightheaded, and a mom instantly was like, "We need water over here." And Austin was like, "Water? Sure." He got someone to give her water. So that was really awesome. They actually started giving out water to people in the front row because we'd been there for like 4 hours with nothing to hydrate ourselves with. So it just made sense to hydrate the front row people at the very least. They played Peaches, but they mixed Peaches Lobotomy with We Need to Talk, and I loved that because those are two of my favorite songs anyway. For the final song, Pete and his daughter ended up leaving. The final song was Turbulent, and I finally made it to the barricade because Pete and his daughter left. He stood over her the entire time. Like, when I'm saying Pete and his daughter, I mean it. Like, that's what they reminded me of. And he stood over her with his arms, like, on either side of her, and he was gripping the barricade the whole time, trying to protect her from the people bouncing when Austin would say jump, and just protecting her in general. So once Pete and his daughter moved, Turbulent started. It was the last song of the night, and I finally made it to the barricade, which was so much fun. My favorite place to be, my absolute favorite place to be, is right on the barricade. Oh, something I didn't mention before, the drum set was a very pretty glittery green. Just like a fun fact. So after I dropped by and got my poster, I actually went outside and was texting my friend Olivia, who had made this gorgeous sign. It said, "Can I meet my dream boys?" She's known for making her signs for concerts, but they said that the sign was too big for this venue, so she couldn't bring it in. But she had made a gorgeous sign. If I can find a picture of it, I'll pop it in right here. Isn't that super cute? So sad that she didn't get to bring it in, but she did get to enjoy the concert anyway. It wasn't like they kept her from coming in just because of a sign. I actually was messaging her when I finished up with the concert and everything, and we met outside at the heater. She was actually watching the buses to see if the band actually came out and greeted people at the buses. There's like a fence, and the buses are behind the fence, so she was standing at the fence with a bunch of other people. So I slid in, and I gave her a hug, and we discussed the Blackville show coming up in March, so hopefully I'll get to see her again then. But it was so awesome getting to see people that I knew that I haven't seen in a long time, and reconnecting at concerts, because that's one of my favorite things to do anyway. So I left Olivia standing under the heater and waiting for Waterparks while I walked back to the car, and as I was walking back to the car, the bar was playing I Miss Having Sex, But At Least I Don't Want to Die Anymore by Waterparks. So that was really funny that I just finished up with the Waterparks show, and then the bar down the street was playing that song. So I think I've rambled enough. I think I covered everything that I took notes on, and I had an amazing time. I'm so happy that I actually did this VIP, because I was a little hesitant, especially after the Palais Royale show. Like, I was a little hesitant, and I'd really like to see Palais Royale again. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to give that another try, but I'm super happy that I did the Waterparks show, because that VIP experience was amazing. I felt so validated. I'm just so happy that I got to make the coat and feel validated by Waterparks that my coat was good. So that was me explaining what to expect from a Waterparks VIP/concert. Don't forget to go check out that headliner down in the description. I'm totally going to post his links. If I don't, remind me, but I'm going to post his links down below so you can check out his music, you can check out his look, because he was fantastic. He was a perfect opener. So down in the comments, tell me what your favorite Waterparks song is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you come around again soon. Say bye. Bye.
Guys, I
Matt Damon, did you have a question?
Oh. No. Can you have that pick? Why do y'all like picks so much? I don't even get it.
They're cool!
Oh, I got you in the forehead. You should have caught that. Ah! I gotta get the right fingers on it. There we go. Ah! You dropped it. I hated that. Hey, 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 look around. Oh shit, sorry I hit you.
Oh, I ran. Oh, I FaceTime Austin and showed him all the bee stings on my butt.
Never forget. Sup? Hey, can I at least, wait, let me play the solo though. I know how to play the solo. Otto, play again. There it is.
We've always wanted to do that, so thank you guys.
What else do you guys like? If you said water park, shut the fuck up. What? Oh, wait, hey, dude, hey.
We got 3 more, and we're gonna be out of here, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us tonight, for real. This shit is beautiful. This shit is fucking tight. For real. Oh my God. Y'all, I didn't say that, guys.
That's a nice hand.
It's good to be back in fucking Charlotte tonight. How many of y'all seen us before? Not gonna lie, I can't really see shit because those are bright and those are bright. Turn on the room lights. Yeah, that's pretty nice actually. But room lights though, give me the room. Those. They sound like that. There it is! Sup? Nice. How many of y'all seen us before? How many of y'all are brand fucking new? How many of y'all don't even know that Jeff loves fucking Minions yet? I saw 2 hands. If I can educate at least 1 person every night, I'll fucking do it. I got your back. Cool, so thanks for coming to the FANDOM Tour. You guys pick up that album? I'm gonna close my eyes. Raise your hand if you didn't get it, but you streamed it a lot. Whoa, a lot of y'all actually got it then, thanks. Cool. Did y'all get it at Target? Well then you may have seen this video on the wall while you were there. This one's called Dream Boy, let's go. Now here's what's up, now that I saw everybody in the room, I'm gonna need the back to get the fuck up too, because the front, you guys are doing great so far. I'm gonna need the rest of the room, let's go, this is Dream Boy.
Give Otto the mic.
My senior rank in my classroom was going to say
Thank you so much for being here. At least it's all about.
If any of y'all felt what I said tonight related with anything, I would love for you guys to hop on this journey with me, man. Please, 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 please. We can make something special happen, man. Please make sure y'all keep up with me. At Dwayne Jackson. We got merch. We got good conversation in the back. I want to meet all y'all. Let's go. This last one's called Top Man. Let's fucking rage.
They're better so far. What the fuck? Who got a question?
This is a trap.
That make you feel good? Guys, I got a new guitar today. See, it's not all bad.
Can I have it?
I need Otto for that song, so shut up. He's not here. Otto's dead. Rest in peace, Otto. Moment of silence. Wow, you couldn't go one moment for Otto. Y'all are turds.
That was amazing!
Okay, I want to do another song about this girl that I like. Let's dance, let's go.
I'm stepping up. What'd you say? I was gonna imitate you, but I realized I didn't even know what you said. Hey, Andrew, you're gonna have to improv some lights for a second, okay? Okay, just do it. Don't yell at me. Here we go. I'm nervous. Okay, cool. By the way, we're the All-American Rejects now. Pranks. Let's see. Sometimes when I get really bored, it's not a prank, I'm just like a nuisance. I like to tell Otto now I want his bunk, and then I pull him out, and I get in his bunk, and then he tries to get back in, and I don't let him, and I try and get all his shit out. And it's like a problem. It's not a prank. It's just like what happens if like I have too much energy and it's nighttime.
Way too long. It goes on for way too long.
They told me to call you with thought. Oh no, it's bright down there. What's up? Listen, everyone. Is that like a schnauzer? That's so weird. You just sound like Jeff when he's sleeping. Huh? Yeah? I don't want to. It hurts. Maybe later. Maybe during turbulent. It happens. That's what you sound like. We're all practicing to be lawyers together.
Doctor.
And it's easy because we're lying. So technically, like, if you're practicing lying, like.
Hey, I'm in law school, be nice.
Hey, I'm in law school, be nice. That's what I'm saying. What was your second question? Which one? It's AWS. Will you relax? Well then your dad's not gonna believe you're studying. You have to know how to read or you can't study. Huh? You're learning how to read. Tell him you're learning how to read. And it's really important. So, what I would do is I would let me finish. Then I'd bring out a giant orange button and I'd press it and everybody at the show would fall through the floor, you first. Thank you very much for coming to this and we'll see you all in a bit. I was really scared during Watch What Happens Next. I wasn't afraid of alligators when I wrote the video, and then I watched that movie Crawl, and then I got really afraid of alligators. I watched it like 3 days before too, and I was like, oh shit, they're fast. Okay. Ah!
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. I think we all had probably the most fun smashing the car in Not Warriors. Crybaby, yeah. That was probably my favorite one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Otto says that.
Alright, we're gonna do one more question. And Austin's gonna pick and answer it.
I've had to help her hold her hand up the whole time.
Alright, so who's got a question? I'm not, look, listen. That would be the most disrespectful shit if I come up here and shittily, sloppily be like, well, I think I remember how to play these chords for like MCR. Don't do that. That's just rude. Fuck, I fucked up. getting back together.
Play group chat! Group chat!
Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat! Group chat!
That was shitty. I know y'all can be louder. You've been louder like this whole time. That's what you were yelling group chat to be able to do? To be like, my name's Otto and my name's Jeff.
I don't know, I've never heard it.
Shut up.